And welcome to PM News.
Thank you for having me.
Now, Professor, a great initiative by Wits. Let's first commend you on that. And of course, kindly tell us how the idea of these scholarships came by. What was the driving inspiration behind it?
Well, you know, when Wits has been, when I came on board, one of the big things that Wits did is we sat around the table and said, how can this university be first globally competitive while simultaneously responsive to the nation? And one of the big challenges in the nation is the level of inequality. We know that because of this inequality, the society is becoming polarized. We know that there's violent service delivery protests. We know that there's all kinds of social pathologies like gangsterism and child and women abuse, etc. And we asked the question, how can we begin to assist society in addressing this inequality? And one of the ways we can do that is by creating an opportunity for talented people in poor communities to also have the privilege of attending one of the best universities on the continent. And so we put this program together. We went to a whole series of partners, both in this country and without, and asked them to help support us. We've had a number of players that have come to the table, a whole series of corporates that came around the table to assist us. And this then has become the basis for this equality scholarship. So the idea is, as you suggested, we bring in people, the top 10 people in Tier 1 and 2 schools. They will come to Wits University, full support, both residents and degree support. And we will create the opportunity for them to get one of the best degrees on the continent. And hopefully these people will go back to their communities and transform the communities and begin to initiate the process of transformation in our society. Hopefully we're doing it. Hopefully other institutions can do it, and we can create a kind of snowballing effect across the country as a whole.
Yes, Professor, as you've just said, the initiative is set to address the inequalities of society. But really, how far will it go in terms of the inequalities at school and varsity levels? Most beneficiaries do come from disadvantaged schools and communities. Won't acceptance and fitting in still be a challenge? How will that be dealt with?
Well, you know, what we are doing is, I must say, if you're looking at the top 10 in Tier 1 and 2 schools, these are students with incredible ability. The fact that they've been able to get these kinds of results in very, very disadvantaged backgrounds suggests that they are really the creme de la creme of our society. But we also have a series of other initiatives that is meant to identify the challenges that people confront. So, you know, we have a new program to assist people to pass. We identify very quickly struggling students. We provide them with support for tutorials. We provide them with support with mentors, which is very well aware that too many students in our higher education system drop out. We need to address these dropouts, and that's something that we're beginning to pay attention to. As other universities are, we're all beginning to start paying attention to how to address the issue of dropouts in our society.
Yes, Professor. Now tell us about the sponsor partnerships for this initiative, and will it be an annual thing at this rate? It's quite encouraging for any learner to want to be in that top 10.
Absolutely. It is going to be, we are going to do it. We have some sponsors, as I said. We have a number of people who've actually volunteered, corporates that have volunteered, organizations like Investec and others who made some commitments to this program. We put some of our own resources into this program as well. And so, yes, there is corporate support for this thing. We are also looking at more support, so we are talking to a whole series of other institutions about providing support for that. And what we're going to do is do 10 this year, and we'll do 10 every year proceeding for that. So remember, in year 5, not only do we have 10 for year 5, plus we have all of the students for the last 5 years. So we think in any single year, year 3 or 4 down the line, we should be having between 30 and 40 people on the scholarship running at any one time. So it is an expensive program, but it is a program about transforming our society, and hopefully we're not the only ones that are going to be doing this, that there are many others that will do this, and we can start creating a kind of snowballing logic in the society as a whole.
Thank you so much, Professor. That was Professor Adam Habib, Vice-Chancellor at the Wits University, talking to us about the 10 scholarships awarded to the top 10 performing students yesterday by the University of Witswatersrand.